enough can be said about Justin Herbert and the rookie year that he had last year for the Los Angeles Chargers. They've got a new coach in town, Brandon Staley, taking over for Anthony Lynn, a guy that we pinned a lot of their one-score losses on last year for his inability to keep his team either completing a comeback or holding on to a lead.
I think Anthony Lynn not being the head coach of the Chargers anymore is worth 3 wins. Just solely because in terms of time management, I have seen very few coaches that were worse. Justin Herbert far exceeded my expectations in his rookie year, and I don't see a sophomore slump coming. I think this team's gotten better. This team gets guys back. They're going to be good, in my opinion, on defense. And then I look at the schedule, and I'll be honest with you, I see a lot of freaking wins.
There are a lot of wins on that schedule. There is no doubt about it. I mean, they got the New England Patriots, they got the Philadelphia Eagles, the Vikings, the Broncos, the Bengals, the Houston Texans, the Broncos again. All of those to me are easy wins. I know no wins are easy in the NFL.
There's about I don't know how many, from Halloween until the middle of December. They had to play Kansas City on a short week. I literally think they're going to reel off 7 wins in a row.
Yep.
Patriots at the Eagles, Vikings, Steelers probably after Ben's arm falls off, at the Broncos, at the Bengals, at home for the Giants. They're better than every team I just said.
Yep.
So I think that's going to be the meat and potatoes of their schedule. The beginning is not all that pretty with the Washington football team, Cowboys at the Chiefs, Raiders, Browns at the Ravens. I could legitimately see them being 2-4 and then being 9-4. At worst being 8-5. With a little playoff push on the backside of that Chiefs game that includes the Texans, Broncos, and Raiders.
That's a hell of a way to go into the offseason or into the postseason.
The last 11 games of the season, I could see a path where they lose exactly one of them.
Which I think they will be in the postseason.
I do too. Well, that's not true. I think they can be. I think the Chargers can absolutely be a playoff team.
Now, I'm not saying it's a given that they're going to be in the playoffs, but I think there's a possibility.
Well, you have them in the playoffs.
I do have them in the playoffs, and I have them going 13-4.
You do?
And I don't think I'm too far off on that. Like, I'll be surprised if they get to 13 wins, but 11's not going to be shocking.
You've got them getting to the playoffs and then losing to the Titans. I, on the other hand, have them getting into the playoffs and losing to the Chiefs. Between the 5 people that work on this show, 4 of the 5 of us have them in the playoffs. There are 8 teams, in our opinion, there are 8 teams that can make the playoffs in the AFC. The Chargers are the 6th or 7th one to almost all of us. One guy had them as the first team out. But I just look at them and I look at this division. They're markedly better than the Raiders. They're markedly better than the Broncos. I've got them at 12-5. You've got them at 13-4.
Yeah. Obviously, injuries can play a big factor into any season.
I just look at all the toys that Herbert now has. With Eckler, and people will say, "Oh, they lost Hunter Henry." I think they're better at tight end with Donald Parham and Jared Cook.
Really?
Oh well, they at least play more than 5 games a year.
Now that's a good point.
Hunter Henry's never had more than 600 yards in a season. Either he's never had more than 600 or it's 800, and Jonnu Smith is the other one.
Right.
I've used it to condemn the Patriots for a while. So. And
you still have the security blanket in Keenan Allen on the outside.
I still think very highly of Mike Williams if he can stay healthy.
What's a contract?
I like Jalen Guyton way more than you do. And then I like the defense. I just see no path.
It's not that I don't like Jalen Guyton.
You don't. No, you talk shit. Chargers fans, get him. I'm on your side.
It's not that I don't like Jalen Guyton. Just to me, he's a really fast dude. He's nothing real special.
He's a pretty good receiver.
Okay. Anyway, Mike Williams is in a contract year. So that's going to be another big benefit to Justin Herbert is that the pressure is going to be on Mike Williams to 1, stay healthy, and to 2, just ball out so he can get a major contract next year, which I think can be on the precipice if he has a great season.
For me, the Chargers are a team that worst case scenario goes 10-7, misses the playoffs. Best case scenario goes 12-5 and makes the playoffs. A name to pay attention to, and you will hear me say this name markedly more times over the offseason, Larry Roundtree. Just remember I said it. Got a little birdie that so happens to be affiliated with a West Coast team. that keeps telling me they think he can be a legitimate starting running back in the NFL.
Really?
And allows them to flex out Eckler and do all the fun little hunky-dunky things they do with him.
Eckler proved to me last year that he can be an every down back. However, I don't think he's best served in that role.
No.
And if Roundtree could come around to being a thing and they could have that 1-2 punch again like they had with Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler, I'm all in. And
now with the lines solidified the way it is with the addition of Filer and Slater and Corey Linsley, the ceiling is the roof for the Go Chargers, go!
Well, no, unfortunately, the roof is the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're not going to be able to knock down that door yet. You think there's a chance this season that they could win the division?
Better than zero.
I will agree with better than zero.
Better than zero. I'm not going to say it's much better than zero, but I think there's a better than zero chance they win this division.
Better than zero, less than 15.
I will say it's a better than zero chance for them. It's absolute zero for the Raiders and the Broncos.
There's no doubt about that. I'm Tex Spencer. He's Jeremy Greene, and this is the Sportsocracy. Follow, like, and share the Sportsocracy on all of the social medias. Hey, check out our Patreon as well. We're on Patreon now, patreon.com/the Sportsocracy. You can sign up, become one of the producers of the program. We have all different levels, all different perks for your subscription to the Patreon. Helps us keep the lights on here in the Wicked Weed studio.
Go Chargers, go!